Good morning, children. I hope you all are fit and healthy. So, we have finished History Chapter 4, the Mughal Empire. Now, today we are going to start with Civics Chapter 3, how the state government works. Okay? So, before moving on to our topic, let's just recapitulate what we did in our previous class about the government. That means in class 6. So children, let us first find out the answers to these questions. What is government? Why do we need government? Can we work without government? What will be the consequences if there is no government? What type of government do we have? We have studied about government in our previous class, that is class 6. So, we will just discuss about what did you learn in class 6 and then we will move on. Now, coming on to what is government and why do we need a government? Children, can we think of our country without a government? Yes, no, we cannot think our country without a government because government makes the rules and laws, and if there is no government, no one is going to follow the rules and laws, and ultimately what will happen? There will be a chaos in our country. People will not follow any rules and regulation. And a country without rules. So without rules and regulations, our country cannot work properly. And for the proper functioning of a country, we need a government. Coming on to the next question, what type of government do we have? Children, we have studied about different types of government. We studied about monarchical form of government. We studied about dictatorship. And we also studied about democratic form of government. So, which type of government do we have? Yes, we have a democratic type of government. Now, what is a democratic government? A government which is formed by the people, for the people, and of the people. That means people choose their representatives and form the government. People have the right to choose their own representative by giving a vote. Now, who can vote? A person who is 18 years or more than 18 years has a right to vote. And by that, he or she can choose his or her own representative. And these representatives, they form a government. So, a democratic government is a government which is formed by the people. That means people choose their representatives and a government is formed. For the people, a government which runs for the welfare of the people, for the betterment of the people, and a government of the people. So, children, our country is governed at 3 levels: local level, state level, and central level. About the local level, we studied in class 6. Yes, we studied the government at local level in class 6, where we studied about local government at rural areas. Rural areas means village, and urban areas. Urban areas means cities and towns. When we talk about rural areas, it is a local government which is working there. That was a Panchayati Raj form of government. It's a 3-tier government where we have village panchayat, block samitis and Zilla Parishads. All the functions of these we studied in class 6. When we talk about local government in urban areas, we studied about Nagar Panchayat, Municipal Council and Municipal Corporation. Again, the functions we studied in class 6. Now, today we are going to start with government at state level. How does the government works at state level? So children, open your books to page number 30. So we have discussed that government works at 3 levels: local, state and national level. In this chapter, we will examine the work of government at the state level. How does this take place in a democracy? What is the role of a member of legislative assembly and ministers? How do people express their views or demand action from government? We will look at these questions through the example of health. Now let us see who is responsible for the problems or to solve the problems of the villagers. Now here we can see two girls reading a newspaper and they found that there is a water shortage in their state and people are falling sick. People are found to be drinking unclean water, streams have dried up and so have tanks. In the worst affected areas, villagers have been carrying water across great distances. On the TV news, they have heard that many people have died from diarrhea. So they wonder, is it possible that people die of diarrhea? Yes. If proper healthcare facilities are not provided, people die from diarrhea also. Now that afternoon, both of them went to the market, and as they reached market, they remembered that what their mother said to them. My mother said not to have any ice drinks from the market. She gave one of her lectures this morning. You have to be responsible for your health. When they went further, they saw that the MLA's house was gherrowed and it was a roadblock due to rally. They wondered, why? Has he done something? The officer replied, no, the people were angry because he hasn't done anything. A person was demanding for immediate action on the public health situation which was not under control. He said our MLA must take the responsibility for this. So in the above clipping, we have studied about or we have read about the village of Patalpuram. We have read that what are the problems of the people of village. What are the problems the people are facing in the village? There was a problem of water shortage and there were health problems also, which were not looked up by the government properly. So children, have you heard the words like collector, officer, medical officer, etc.? Yes, you might have. But have you heard about the word MLA, which we have read in the above clipping? Do you know who is the MLA of your area? Which party does he or she belongs to? So children, find out the answers for these questions and we will discuss these questions in the next class. Children, your today's assignment is you have to find the answers for these questions. Thank you children and have a nice day.